With Southern California getting hit with record-breaking rainfall, your home may not be able to withstand all that water.
Okay, so let's talk about the storm damage. It can be tough to spot even with that expert eye, and that's where on your sites, Kristine Lazar went out to investigate this one.
Yeah, because I mean, we haven't seen rain like this in so long.
31
and it
days.
just keeps coming. And as a homeowner, every day I expect to come home and find something. So far I haven't, but it's that stuff that you might not see easily. That's what we're looking at. So if you don't spot the water damage right away, it could end up costing you far more as time goes on, leading to mold, even damage to the structure of your home.
This winter has been one of the wettest on record. And while there are obvious signs of water damage to a home, like a leaky roof or pooling water, there are more subtle ways wet weather can damage your house.
It's the subtle moisture intrusion, which tends to create more of the problems because the moisture is there for a longer period of time.
Todd Yamamoto is the owner of Restoration One of South Bay. He took us around a home to point out what areas homeowners should focus on.
Typically, we would come up to the areas where the ground meets the base of the exterior structure.
And if you see water pooling up, look for evidence of moisture intrusion,
such as cracking or blistering in the stucco.
If left untreated, mold and wood rot can occur, and they can be very expensive to fix.
There also could be areas along the roof line, too, to take a look at.
Yamamoto says to look for changes to the paint or missing or cracked roof tiles.
Because I think a lot of times people think, well, as long as I'm not seeing water dripping through into my house, everything's fine, but you could have a hidden problem.
Yes, yes.
Also, check around sliding doors and windows for cracks and chips. Moving inside the home, start with the baseboards.
Especially the areas that are right adjacent to exterior walls.
Look for discoloration, cracking, water stains, and warping. And if you have hardwood floors.
If there's warping or if there's separation between the planks, that's typically evidence of water.
You can also knock on your flooring and listen for a hollow sound. That can mean water is trapped under the floors. And check the ceiling for signs of cracking, bubbling, or discoloration.
And Yamamoto says insurance is also less likely to cover that damage that's been piling up over time. So you definitely want to get it as quickly as possible. And again, we're talking about, obviously, if your roof is leaking and you have water coming down, you have water damage. But a lot of times this stuff is kind of like a slow leak or a slow water damage.
I grew up in a house where we had all these storms, and I had winter obviously too, but we were in a stucco house. The water got in between the stucco and the wall. And
that's the worst, because then it causes wood rot and it's very, and mold. And the wood rot here in California is very similar to what we see with termites, right? Which a lot of people have experience with, which we know is very expensive, and it can damage the wood, it can cause structural problems.
We had no idea for years. So it's good to get
and then insurance will come to you and say,
yep, too
this
late.
has been for a while. Sorry,
or
nothing we can do.
We had that case. They repaired wind damage to our shingles, but after 2 times at the Santa Ana winds,
isn't that a kick in the butt?
We had to find someone else. So,
Kristine, I needed you back then.
Sorry.
But thank you. I'm glad I have you now.